Hello, all you beautiful souls out there. How's it going? How's life in your world? I am in my room in Chicago. I went for a really nice walk today in Andersonville, and it was a pretty gorgeous day outside. So I really enjoyed that. And on my walk, I said, you know what? I want to do this full moon in Aries reading for you guys. Okay, it was kind of spontaneous, but when I started this channel, I did definitely want to do consistent zodiac readings for you guys, but I also wanted to experiment a little bit and post different kinds of tarot videos, different kinds of oracle videos, anything that kind of sparked my interest in the moment, anything that I really wanted to do a tarot reading on, or I wanted to gain a little bit more insight and information into certain energies that are going on. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to be open, be experimental, be spontaneous, and have a little bit of fun with some videos. So this is going to be for the full moon in Aries happening October 1st, 2020, and this is a general reading. So if you did click on this video, there's probably going to be a message for you here. There's probably going to be something that will pull at you that you can resonate with, something that you can take away from here, okay? So this should be kind of fun. The full moon in Aries is the way that before I start doing tarot, the way that I'm feeling the full moon in Aries as, to be honest with you, like very kind of passionate. That is the vibe that I'm getting, okay? So I do follow a lot of different people on Instagram who are very much into astrology. They post a lot of astrology stuff. I follow tarot readers, I follow healers, empaths, all kinds of stuff. And they, you know, whenever there's a full moon, whenever there's something significant happening, people will post about it. And I've been reading some stuff about the Aries full moon that does have to do with it being a great time to manifest, But you know what? Every full moon is like that. Like every time a full moon comes around, it's such a potent time to do ritual, to put your intentions out into the universe in terms of what you want for your future. If you're working on a project, if you're doing something creative, it's a really, really great time to manifest. Okay. And I feel like that's something that a lot of people who are into the spiritual arts, and who do follow astrology are aware of. Okay. But Aries is a sign of groundbreaking ideas. Aries is a very pioneering, they're all about new beginnings. They're a cardinal sign. So they're all about new beginnings. And a lot of the times with full moon, and with a full moon, it also kind of represents us shedding our skin, kind of shedding this shadow side to the sign that the moon, the sign that the moon is in. So Aries, it's very, very fiery. It's very passionate. It's very creative. It's like I can almost feel, I'm a fire sign, I'm a Sagittarius, but I can almost feel this. Okay, so I pulled the Aries card over here, and this guy is like rising. He's rising like from the fire. He's rising from the fire. He's like, there's like a tornado of fire just spiraling around him. So the way that I see this full moon in Aries as very, very like, oh my, like very passionate. I see a very kind of rising of the phoenix kind of energy coming up. Okay, so if you guys let me know what you're feeling. Okay, let me know what you're getting from this full moon in Aries, because this is this is what I'm picking up on. Now, different people can be picking up on a lot of different things, but for me, like, I'm getting a lot of very exciting energy, okay? And it could also be because, you know, we're about to enter in October, and if you're like me and you love autumn, you love the fall season, I am, like, this for me is so... This is such a high energy time for me, and it could be because of my placements. Like, I am my sun is in Sagittarius, my ascendant is Sagittarius, and then my moon is in Scorpio. My Saturn is in Scorpio, my Pluto's in Scorpio, my Libra is in Venus and Mars. Okay, so, and those are the only three zodiac signs that I have in my chart. My whole chart is Sagittarius, Scorpio, and Libra. And those signs are all in autumn. They're all in fall. Okay, so like fall is just such a very energetic time for me. Like, I love the weather. Even though I have to deal with allergies, I love the weather. I love the holidays, you know, Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas, and then my birthday is December 1st. So I always feel very fueled right around Libra season. And with an Aries full moon, it really, you know, and I connect very deeply with other, with fire signs, you know. And I get a lot of creativity, I get a lot of inspiration from that energy. So yeah, like, I mean, I'd love to hear how other people are feeling this full moon. It's not going to be 100% exact with everybody, okay? It's not going to be 100% exact with everybody, but that's kind of the beautiful thing with having your own birth chart and with having your own kind of connection to astrology, connection to the universe, connection to spirituality, all that different types of stuff that, you know, you're going to feel things in different ways. And I know a lot of people around this time, they kind of start to get depressed, they kind of start to get down. And that happens with me too a little bit, especially like I have my Scorpio is, my moon is in Scorpio. And I also have Pluto in Scorpio. And that's a whole generation. I mean, Pluto and Scorpio is like that's a whole generation. Scorpio and Pluto's are Plutonian, very much driven by Plutonian kind of energies, you know. It's a very, very powerful kind of energy in reference to transformation and inner, like, changes that go on within you in a very very like strong way. I don't even know how else to explain it, but I remember, like, my whole life I've always remembered, I felt like I was constantly undergoing transformation, you know. And it could be very much because, so I was born right in the beginning of the shift of Pluto into Scorpio, right around 1983, and that's probably one of the earliest years of when the millennial generation started. Okay, so I like joke, and I joke with people and I say I'm an elder millennial, okay, because I'm one of like the oldest millennials, because I was born in 1983, and there's still some discrepancies in terms of when and what date millennial generation actually started, but for the most part it's 1983. I think like November something 1983, so I'm like right there. And so I was born into the Scorpio and Pluto generation, and Pluto rules Scorpio. Scorpio rules Pluto. That is its home planet. So it's only relevant and it makes perfect sense that like millennials are said to be one of, a very transformative generation. I mean, we're pretty much bringing in this, we brought in the new millennium, with 2000, and, the fact that we hit adulthood right around the turn of the millennium, is very significant, because we, really started to transform into newer ways of being and thinking and more kind of futuristic ways of just, like we have this mindset that wants to change things. We want to live in a different kind of world, in a different kind of system. And I feel like a lot of millennials share that sentiment. There's a lot of changes and transformations that are constantly happening within us because we see how the old way of doing things is outdated. But at the same time, it's like, and we want to bring in this new age. We want to bring in this new system, a new way of being, a more futuristic way of thinking, more inclusive, more diverse, more creative, like all of that. And yet, we have to like figure out how to balance all these old school energies that aren't serving us, but like, to be a humanitarian, you have to think about everybody. You know what I mean? You got to think about the people who are older than you. You got to think about the people who are younger than you. And we're like right dab in the middle in our 30s, 20s and 30s going like, well, what the fuck? This sucks. We want something better. We want more. We want a future that we can be excited about and happy about, and like we want to step into this future and be like, yes, this is our world. This is the world that we want to create. This is the world that we are creating. It's like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? And so, I feel like I feel like this is something that I have been holding inside of me for such a long time. I feel like all these things are things that I have been wanting to say for such a long time. Like, this Aries full moon is doing something to me. Like, it's triggering this very like passionate and emotional, but like from the heart, like side of me. And it's really heightening. It's really kind of heightening my emotions and my moods and my passion. I feel like it's kind of heightening everything within me to the point where, I don't know, like it's extracting my creativity, it's extracting my imagination, it's tapping into a lot of different things that I have been just kind of holding on to. And trust me, like 2020, I have not kept my mouth shut in 2020. I have been very outspoken, mostly on social media. I have a lot of different platforms in where I express myself. I have a lot of different interests. I have a lot of different projects, and I'm also a writer. Okay, so there's a lot of different aspects to who I am, to my life, and I feel like people understand that and they know that. It's like, obviously the things that you post on Instagram is not going to be the same thing that you post on Facebook. And what you put on YouTube is not going to be the same thing that you post on Instagram. You know what I mean? But they're all extensions of you, okay? So all these different platforms that you have for expression, it's an extension of who you are, but it's just in different ways, and that's the beauty of creativity. And that's the beauty of the internet too. The beauty of the internet is that there's so many different kind of like rooms, it's like it's like you're walking down this huge maze or mansion, and then you're opening one room and you're opening another room, and you just walk into those rooms and you share the part of you that you want to share, and then you walk out and you go in another one. That's my metaphor for internet and social media. But that can also skew, having so many different platforms for expression, and to, that caters to different sides of yourself. A lot of people can argue that that's also, it can be a little deceiving, or it can, if you're, like, let's say you're using one account to show yourself in this way and another account to show yourself in that way. And a lot of people can argue, like, well, who are you really? And is that dangerous? Is that this, that? But and I can kind of see where they're coming from. If people are using the internet and using social media to be deceptive and to be, not aligned, to be bad people, to be, like sneaky or conniving, or, stalkerish, or I don't know, like something that just doesn't align, something that doesn't align, something that is inauthentic. But I guess what I'm saying is, like, if you're an artist and if you're a creative individual, art and creativity is about wearing a mask to some extent, okay? Just like having a job, right? Like when you have a job, when you go to work, you're putting on a mask at that job, so you can, whatever that company, whatever the kind of mask that company is requiring you to put on. But I have a point to this. But when you're I don't remember what I was going to say. It has something to do with living an authentic life. Yeah. Like, if you're an artist, your creativity and your expression is your mask. You know what I mean? Not like, it's not really like a mask, but your art is your mask. But it's not really a mask. It's more, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying anymore. I guess like, if you can do a job, if you can find something where you can be yourself, and if you can do something in your life where you can just be 100% your authentic self, 100% who you are as an individual, in your heart, in your soul, And you just feel free to express yourself and to share your soul with the world and your heart with the world. That is true freedom, in my opinion. Okay, that's true freedom. That's, you don't even, no mask required, right? No mask required. You're just an artist. So no matter how many different internet platforms you use to express yourself, maybe you have a shop where you sell your paintings, maybe you have a website where you display your writing, you know, I mean, there are people in this world who are born with multiple gifts, like multiple gifts. And there's no reason why you can't utilize and tap into those multiple gifts. Like, if you're good at multiple things, and that's what really, like, and if you thrive off of that, if you thrive off of that creativity, and you thrive off of those different gifts that you have, why wouldn't you want to harness them? Why wouldn't you want to do them all? I mean, sometimes we can't do them all and we have to pick and choose. Like, of course, you know, we have to make sacrifices and stuff, but I don't know. I just feel like if that's what makes you feel good, you know, if you're a hustler, what the hell? Why not? Use Instagram for this, use Facebook for that, like, start a website, get on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? Like, get yourself out there, put yourself out there, just do it, just do it, you know, why not? If it makes you happy, if it fulfills you. Anyway, wow, I've literally been rambling for 22 minutes. And I don't even know if some of what I said made sense, but if you're still watching this video, awesome. I love you already. Anyway, I just wanted to, like, I'm just in a zone right now. I had a Dunkin' Donuts blueberry iced coffee with cream and sugar. That's my jam. I always have a hot coffee, cup of coffee in the mornings, but then I went for a walk. I actually had 2 cups of coffee this morning, and then I went for a walk, and then I got myself Dunkin' Donuts. So that's probably why I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling, because I actually kind of woke up a little, like, groggy, you know, like, just a little lethargic. And just, I don't even know. Aries full moon. Excuse me. Hiccups. Let's see what the messages are. If you didn't relate to anything I've been talking about for the last 22 minutes, look at this. New beginnings. New beginnings. There's a glare. I kind of like this, like, freestyle chit chat. Although my freestyle chit chatting is like half rambling and half incoherence. I feel like I get spacey and I just kind of lose my train of thought sometimes. Full moon in Aries, beginnings. Taking a look. Okay, so, alright guys, so I'm using Queen of the Moon Oracle. We have new beginnings, okay? And new beginnings, that usually falls under the new moon. So there could be some lingering effects from the new moon that we experienced in a Virgo. And then we have first quarter moon, we have assessing. So it's kind of like looking into the future. I feel like a lot of people are looking into the future right now. Like, what the hell are these next 3 months going to look like? You know, October, November, December, we have 3 months left for 2020. 3 months. And people are like, what? They want to see. You want to see what the hell is going to happen? What is going on? What's to come? What are these next 3 months going to look like? You know, fear. Fear. Because you don't know. You know? Who's going to win the presidential election? You don't know. Trying to see. Right? You're trying to see. That's an example, but it could be anything. You know, because the way that our government goes, like, the path that our government takes affects us, you know? It affects how our lives are going to unfold. So it's like people are trying to look, and of course, you know, I didn't even realize, but I am doing this reading like literally the day after if you're in the United States of America, yesterday, or if you're not in the United States of America, yesterday was the presidential debate between Trump and Biden, and just like, oh my God, there is not one person on social media who did not do one of these face palms. So, you know, because the outcome of our political paradigm affects us as people. And everyone's trying to look, you know, they're trying to look to see what's coming. Fear. Here's what I have to say. Don't have fear. No matter what the outcome, you can't live in fear, my friends. You can't live in fear, my friends. No matter what the outcome. Okay? And this is where spirituality and this type of shit really comes in handy and really, really is good for you, for your soul, for humanity, for community, because you know what? Yes, our government does have power and control over our lives to a certain degree. That's true. But if you know who you are, if you know yourself to the very core, and you aren't afraid of facing your worst fears, face your worst fears. And if you can face those fears and harness that spiritual badassery within you to know yourself, the good, the bad, the ugly, all of it, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay no matter what. No matter what the outcome is. Because your soul and who you are, no one can take that away from you. No one can take away who you are. No one can take away your beliefs. No one can take away your soul. Nobody can take that away from you. You know the magic that you harness within you, and the power and the beauty and the love and all of that. What you have inside of you. Okay? Focus, people. Focus. No matter what the outcome. Whatever these next 3 months bring, it doesn't matter what the outcome is. It doesn't matter. I'm not even joking you. People are probably going to be listening to this message like, what is she, crazy? How are we not? No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay? It doesn't matter who wins. It doesn't matter. You focus on you, my friends. My lovely, lovely human beings. Focus on you. Get into that void. Get into that deep, deep, dark place within you. Face your fears. This full moon, whew, I feel like I'm fucking drunk. I'm not. It's just caffeine. It's just caffeine. But it's just like this energy. I mean, ugh. Such amazing energy. Look at that. Rise of the Phoenix. Rebirth. Rebirth. I'm telling you. Ugh. New beginnings. Looking into the future. Trying to see the future. Trying to see. Don't try to see what other people are doing. Because when you're trying to look into the future to see what the outcome is going to be, it's just going to put fear in your face. You're just walking straight into it. And that's fine. You can walk straight into your own fear. That's how you're going to face it. That's how you're going to face it. But if you realize, focus, the void, you think the end of the world is coming? Think again. It's just a new beginning. One ending is just a new beginning. Okay? I got everything mixed up now. Look at this. New beginnings. This is the order that these cards came out in. New beginnings, assessing, fear, focus, and the void. So, if you're going to walk straight into that fear, you better focus in. You better look at it for exactly what it is and let it transform you. The void is going to transform you. And I feel like the dark moon energy, this is very Plutonian kind of energy, okay? I'm just saying. This is very Plutonian. Listen, guys, I know that the way I've been talking in this video is kind of fragmented and, you know, a little all over the place. This is just my energy. This is just my energy right now, okay? It is what it is. But I'm feeling the fire. I'm feeling the fire. I'm feeling the flame. I'm feeling the full moon. And yeah, I've got a fire burning in me. I do. I've got a fire burning in me. Okay? And this reading, you know who this reading is for. Okay? You know who this reading is for. You clicked on it. That's what I got. Happy full moon. Good luck. Bye.